Hello everyone, this is Jose Antonio and welcome to my final exam of School Organization and Diversity 23-24. We were given this text and we have to answer some questions about it, so let's get started. The first step was to ask some artificial intelligence this prompt and see the answer. Here we have the ChatGPT answer. We can see here the 10 measures. You can also see it in the transcription on this video to read it well. So, making the context of our school, we have focused on the case number 2 of practical cases on the Area Virtual. We deal with a school in which their students have parents from a working class. These parents are so interested in their children education and so active in the activities. 80% of the school is from local families and the rest, more or less 20%, are mostly from the north of Africa. Absenteeism is at 10% and dropout rate is at 5%. This is so appropriate because we know that mainly the 20% of the students are from North African countries. We can see it, for example, here. And the actors are students, parents, teachers, and administration. The affected relationships are student-student, teacher-student, school community, and parents-school. Yes, it is appropriate because these collaborations enrich educational experience and also promotes cultural understanding. Talking about laws, we have this one. The actors involved are the staff, the teachers, the parents, the students, and also the AMPA. And with the relationships, impacts relationships between the school and external organizations, students, parents, fostering collaboration and inclusivity. It is appropriated especially among diverse families, given its diverse students and parents' engagement. The actors affected are school management, teacher staff, parents and students. We can see this law. And talking about relationships, we can see that it strengthens school community, school parents, school student and school staff, but also increase parental involvement. It is appropriate because it emphasizes equality and inclusion. We can see it in this law are include teachers, parents, students, and local community. And talking about relationships, we have student teachers, peer, and school community relationships. It is appropriate because the school already values involvement and support diversity. We can see this law. We have the affected actors, students, parents, staff, and school administration. And finally, the relationships student-teacher, parent-school, teacher administration, and community. Some parts of the school diversity are not included in this answer from the AI. For example, how should teacher act with some type of diverse cases, like for example, people with autism or blind people. And also we can see that some relationships are not addressed. For example, connection beyond the learning environment, connection between ideas, concepts, information, or data. So now let's move to the next part, which is block 2. First of all, we have flexible scheduling. An implementation would be offered varied start and end times. Complexity meets diverse family needs, reduces stress and improves attendance. And leadership style will be transformed, as you know, focusing on community adaptation. Then we have integrated breaks. Implementation would be at regular and shorter breaks. The complexity enhances focus and well-being by considering cognitive load. And leadership style will be supportive, prioritizing student well-being. Then we move to collaborative planning time. Implementation would be scheduled, dedicated time for teachers' collaboration. The complexity would be encourages teamwork and continuous improvement. And the leadership style will be participative, involving teacher in decisions. Then we have student-centered learning blocks, and implementation would be create longer blocks for core subjects. Complexity supports personalized learning, and leadership style visionary focusing on innovative education. And finally, we move to community and enrichment activities. The implementation including time for clubs and service projects. The complexity would be promote social emotional learning and community involvement, and the leadership style will be servant, emphasizing holistic education. And now moving to block 3. The evolution of educational laws in Spain have significantly enhanced attention to diversity, shifting from segregation to inclusion. Early laws, such as the General Education Law of 1970, were less focused on diversity, often leading to segregated educational experiences. However, the LOCSE introduced the concept of comprehensive education, emphasizing the integration of all students, including those with special needs. Subsequent laws like LOE and also LONCE further reinforced inclusive education by promoting equality and preventing discrimination because of language, gender, disability, culture, or religion, for example. The most recent law, the LOMLOE from 2020, continues this trend, emphasizing inclusive policies and personalized learning plans. An example in primary school would be linguistic diversity addressed by providing additional support for non-Spanish students. This includes bilingual education programs and individualized support, ensuring that all students can fully participate in the classroom environment, reflecting the inclusive approach mandated by the recent educational laws. So finally, let's move to the final part. I think the mark that I deserve is between a 7 and an 8 because there's always something to improve, and also I haven't worked the best for receiving a 10 because I think that when you learn is by failing, and I have failed so much with this course. So I have learned so much, but always can be improved. And also I have learned so much concepts and so much things that will help me in my future. For example, with the relationships that produce an learning environment. I haven't thought about this never. Answering the next question, that the connections between, for example, peers or teachers or this type of connections, I think this is so important and something that teachers don't use to think when they are teaching. And for example, one idea that I haven't thought that I would learn in this course is about the whole thing of timetables, because I always thought that this was like the administration job, not the teachers. And I thought that this subject would be more focused on the teacher part. But at the end, I think this is so interesting and so important for teachers also to know it. Moving to diversity, I think that the most crucial thing that I have learned about it in this course was actually how to act with some type of cases, like for example autism, because we all have listened to it nowadays, but we never know how to really act with them. As a teacher, I wouldn't have know how to act with this type of kids before this subject. I truly think that I'm more aware now of diversity in school than I was before, because I always knew that it's so important, the diversity in your class, but I was more focused on the teaching part and the context the kids have to learn, but not that much on what the student needs to produce their learning. Preparing this video, I have learned so much, not only about this subject, but also with artificial intelligence, also with the edit of this video part. And with this subject, I have getting to know more the concepts that we have studied, because at the end in class I have learned so much, but some of the concepts with this video I have like profundized more on them and actually getting them. And also I think this type of exam with this video is more useful than a written exam because we end up learning much more than with an exam that you always learn it by putting it on the exam and then forgetting it. So guys, this is all for today. I hope you like so much and see you in the next time. Bye bye.